to survive their injuries. Now, those who were injured, the officers, are a mixture of Dallas Police Department and DART, the Transit Authority officers, who have often been, as we see, the front lines on a lot of these mass shootings, those who are at the transit, who are at the nightclubs, who are what have you. So right now, what I can tell you from being on the scene for several hours is that you can see the pain on the faces of these officers who have not slept, of course, and who have now had to deal with the tragedy of the loss of their colleagues and their co-workers. And then you heard there what you played in the introduction, this brand new information about the suspects themselves. The three who have survived are not cooperating with police, but the one who was killed, not who killed himself as was earlier reported, but who was killed by police and a bomb, he says that he did it because he said he hated white people. He was concerned about recent shootings. He wanted to kill white people, especially white officers. Chris?
Yeah, I understand too, as I was listening to the Chief David Brown, and obviously this is something that came out of the hostage negotiator trying to get him to say as much as he possibly could, but he claims he wasn't affiliated with any group, right? He said he did this alone?
Right, and the police are saying they don't want to answer a lot of questions about the suspects right now. They don't want to give too much information because the investigation is ongoing. Now, earlier today, the police chief said that the three suspects were not cooperating, but that he believed that they and the fourth were working together, that there in fact were 4 gunmen. And remember, there were 14 people shot in a very small amount of time. And so the police chief was leading us to believe that there were 4 people working together. Now, when he gave his press conference just now, he did share that the suspect who died claimed that he was working alone with no other organizations. But the police chief and the mayor said they didn't want to talk more about the relationship between the other suspects and whether they believe there are more suspects still out there. The latest on that is that the chief said several hours ago they weren't comfortable with the suspects that they had, that they